Welcome back. This is Barry, Castlebridge Model Railway. We're going to show part 3 now of the scenery going into the abandoned line area in the far corner. We're also going to have a signal box going in there, trees going in there. I'm not sure how far we're going to get today, but it might go to part 4, who knows. You'll be pleased to know that the flock stuck to it very well. Very little came off. I did spray it with hairspray to make it stick better, and it has worked. I've had an idea for a while of how to get some sort of greenery to stay on a sort of vertical area, and I filmed it last night as I was doing it. I didn't put the camera on though, did I? That's very clever. So anyway, the whole idea is this. I found some IKEA, this is from IKEA, and it's a mesh, and the mesh is sort of almost see-through. Okay, so you can see how fine the mesh is, and the idea is that I was going to cut it to a shape to fit over there, and then put various bits and pieces and greenery on it, plus of course the flock that we. This is it. I put it on a plastic carrier bag in the hope that I can peel it off. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, that's still wet. Oh wow. Okay, so I hope I've got the camera in the right place and you can see that. So that is still wet. So as you can see, it peeled off very well. I didn't have any problems with that, but as I've tried to move it, it has come away from the mesh. Okay, the first idea on the vertical greenery saga. I've got a piece of thin cardboard, and I've cut out, or I've just drawn roughly the shape of a bit of mesh that fits quite well, and I'll put PVA down there, and I'm going to put the mesh onto the PVA, and then I'm going to put more PVA on the mesh, and then I'm going to try and recover what I can onto that. And when that's all set, I think what I have to do there is to then cut out the cardboard and use the cardboard to fix to that surface with something like Copydex or something like that. So that's just the first idea. Wish me luck. Well, I've glued as much as I can on, and I've glued some different pieces on because the original stuff that was there just didn't work, didn't go back on again. So here we are. This is 3 days after I initially did this, and the test is going to see if anything falls off. And no, odd little bits, but nothing else. So the next task is to cut around this so we can put it up on that section over there. So this is the vertical hillside. It actually did work, but it took a long time to dry, and as you can see, I've still got things to do around the corner to take away the white bit of the cardboard, but that's not a problem. The stuff I put here, that is working very well. Spraying it with hairspray really made it adhere quite quickly. It's quite nice. So my intention is that this couple of bits here, I sprayed them with red. I got a red lead spray, so I just sprayed them with that, changed the colour a bit. I'm using the Jarvis Fine Autumn Leaves, which comes in a little packet like that. I shall spray the seafoam with hairspray, and I will do everything over that bowl. I intend to, sorry about the shakiness, I intend to put this little bush here just about there. Okay, so that's my intention. Well, here we go. I won't say it was easy, but this is my first tree, homemade. And here it is in position. The signal box isn't fixed, it's just there for the space. So now we're making trees. Seafoam. So what I've done, take a out of the box piece of seafoam and sprayed it brown, and I tried to straighten it but in hot water, but it didn't work that well for me. This one was slightly better, but this one I just couldn't get the curve done properly. But something else that I've started to do, I've always thought that if I had these tubes incidentally come out of when we got the cleaning spray bottles, I always take these tubes out because you never know. And my thought was that you could actually put a tube up there like that and strengthen the base stem. Makes it slightly thicker as well, which is ideal, and etc. Paint it or whatever. So what I did next, I realised that this is so smooth, which is no good at all. So I got a saw and I just scraped it with the teeth of the saw like that, and I ended up with this. So this is one that I did last night. So this is all scored around there, so when that is painted and up close it will look not like a gnarled tree. And then I'm going to get some filler, just some normal fine finish filler, and just put it around there and there, and that will make it look quite normal, I hope. Now this particular tree that I made yesterday, I've made it so that it's flattish on one side, because where it's going to go up against a rock it didn't need to stick out. So, and all I did, I've taken the basic brown seafoam, I've sprayed it with hairspray quite a lot, and then I used this type of container and another one that's got the I used this one, which is Gauge Master Leaves G157 if you're interested, and it was easier for me to get that out of there and then sprinkle it on top because I knew where it was going, and so that was, and then shake it off. So this is one I did yesterday. So I'm thinking to myself that is a finished tree, and I'm quite happy with it, to be honest with you. Now one of the other trees that I did yesterday was, I'm going to take it off the set, give me 1 second. Okay, so now this one here, this tree that I made yesterday was finished in very small static grass. I just sprinkled it all over. And the other thing I did with this one, you see that down there, well that I dipped it in to the fine filler and just left it as it was, and then I've just rubbed it down a bit this morning, so it's a thicker stem. So that is tree number 2. So 2 different types of tree, 2 different finishes, and I'm quite happy with both. I can see them both working on my layout, because mine is the side of a hill, and so the birds can drop any seeds they like and any old thing's going to grow. And I've got so many colours on it. To be honest with you, I think I've got far too many colours. But I'm saying to myself, this echoes Mother Nature. It's my railway and it's my hillside, and yes, it's absolutely true to form. So there we go. So there we go, and we will carry on now and try and do some more trees. So it's had a good soaking with hairspray, and now we'll just try and see how this is working out. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be to sprinkle it on. That's just basically to maintain what was there, and I'll see if I can add a few more bits to it. Okay, I'm going to stop there, knock it all off which isn't glued on. Okay, I'm just going to run you through what we have achieved so far. So the one seafoam on the left is as you get it basic. Then this one is where we sprayed it brown, so it's ready for the next stage, which is foliage. So this small one here, that's approximately 20 foot tall, 00 gauge. But don't forget the trunk. You can put the trunk right down, so your height's going to be less. Now this is seafoam with flock on it. Now the flock was sort of normal size flock that we did earlier. The next one along, which is this one, now that one's about 38 foot tall, and this was made initially with about 2mm grass, static grass, and then when that was all dried, then we added onto it the Gauge Master GM157 leaf. Now let me just take you in a bit closer if I can. Please bear in mind this is not a supersonic camera, this is my little old one, so forgive me please, because I don't know how good or bad it's going to be. So that's how that tree's turned out. Now the next one along is now this one was started off again. This is about 35 foot tall, but of course the trunk you can move that and lower it whatever you like. This one again, this had initially the stuff with the flock that we put through a coffee grinder, so we made it slightly smaller and finer than it was, and when that was dried then we added onto that the leaf from GM157. So let's have a little close-up look at that and see what we've got. You see, wrong way, see? So that's a little closer on that one. The next one along, this is quite an experiment, this one. Now, when we were going through our cupboards at home, right at the very back, what did we find? We found some coriander. Now coriander, when I looked at it in there, I thought, oh, nice leaf, yes. And this is out of date in 2019. I don't think it makes any difference to coriander. So on this particular tree, this is just sprayed with hairspray, and then we put coriander on it quite a lot, several times. So let's have a look at coriander, the coriander tree. We keep it called that, shall we? Be quite good. So there's your coriander tree. Now the last one, which is the one I like most, this one again, this is about 40 foot tall, but of course remove the trunk, as lots of trees don't have trunks like that. You can drop down quite a lot. and this one is 100% Gauge Master GM157 all over, several coats to make it sort of thick and give it body. So that's how that one materialised, and that is that tree. So all in all, those are the trees that I've done. Now, one special thing I've just got to tell you about is the coriander tree. Now with the coriander tree, it wouldn't stay straight at the top, it kept bending over, and I thought, what the hell can I do with this? So what I've actually did, I got a wooden skewer you use for kebabs or whatever, and I glued it to the actual sea foam, and I poked it up through, and it was sticking out the top, and I got it all glued around with super glue and that, then cut the top off, and that has worked quite well. It's stabilised, it gives it a bit of body, etc. This one here, my favourite tree, as I think I explained before, the branch that comes this way is glued to the branch that goes that way, and it's glued down there. And so that's made a bigger tree as it was. Super glue did it. I just shaved the bits off and made it flatter. So there we go, and now I'm going to find out where I'm going to put them on the layout. So I've put the trees in place, and I'm not going to make any more trees. This is just the signal box and the level crossing are not fixed at all. This is just to show you what I've done so far and how it looks. It'll all be dry one day.